In this video, I'll be showing you my entire sorting system that allows me to keep hundreds of thousands of Lego pieces sorted and organized. Like I'm that crazy old man from the wand shop in Harry Potter.
Curious.
I feel like in every video, I receive questions about my storage, my bins, and how I organize everything from my pieces to my minifigs. So the goal of this video is to break down my entire sorting system and show you exactly what I use, where you can buy it, and even some tricks on how you can save a little money on it. This is pretty topical too because I actually just reorganized my office / Lego studio and I'm really happy with how everything has turned out. I spend a lot of time in this room, so I have some of my favorite collectibles, including some autographed Star Wars items that I'll make sure to highlight during the video. But with that being said, sit back and relax, maybe grab yourself your finest glass of Alderanian red, and enjoy as I break down my entire Lego sorting system that allows me to store over 100,000 pieces. Now, to keep this video organized, I'm gonna break it down into a few sections: pieces, my minifigs, and my sets. I plan on randomly showing you some of my collectibles throughout the video and then finalize it all with a walkthrough and just showing you what it looks like now. These storage drawers are definitely the most common product I get asked about. You've likely seen these in the background of my videos, reels. It's in a lot of stuff because this was one of the first purchases I ever made when I started really getting into organizing and sorting my Lego. These are Acromil storage drawers and they are sold at a lot of places like Amazon or even Home Depot. They are great at organizing some of those smaller pieces in your collection and making it really easy to grab them when you need them. These things can be a little pricey as they range from like $30 to $80 or even more depending on what you're like really looking for. Honestly, I highly recommend these, but if they're a little too pricey for you, you can wait a little bit and keep your eye on them on your Amazon account and wait for their price to drop. They go on sale pretty often. But it's just a little tip, a little Cantinatop tip. But these Acromil drawers actually sit on top of more Lego storage. These are IKEA storage drawers. I think they're called like the Alex or something, but they are absolute must-haves for Lego storage. Obviously, these are pretty big, so make sure you have room for them, but by being so large, they have a lot of room to store your Lego. Like you can see, with all of my Acromil storage on there, there is still place for me to like build a mock or display a set. Now these are a little spendy as well, like $200 per shelf, but I will say I tried using cheaper drawers that I got from Amazon, but after a year, I literally took them to Goodwill and replaced them with these, so like in the long run, I would just save yourself the time and get these. Like I said, the room you get to organize your pieces is a big plus, and IKEA also sells organizers for the drawers which fit pretty well, but I also use a random assortment of like these bright room organizer bins. You can find these all over Target, and they range from like a few bucks to like maybe $10 if you're trying to get something crazy, but they're another really good option to sort your pieces in your drawers. As you can see, I'm currently using both methods right now to sort my pieces, and it seems to be working out. No crazy issues yet, but at this point you may be thinking, okay, that's cool and all, but no way was that like over 100,000 bricks, which you may be right, you may be wrong. Well, there's a strong chance that there's over 100,000 pieces in front of me here. I would say the majority of my pieces are actually in these bright room containers down here. Now I keep a vast majority of my bulk in these bright room containers that can actually like stick and click together, making transporting and sorting them really easy. It's a lot easier to move the whole bin around and then just kind of pop open the section you want to get in to grab the piece you need, which honestly is super nice. Once I found out about these, I replaced all of my storage bins with them because they take up less space but store more Lego, which is an awesome bonus. These are also something you can get at Target, and they sell like a starter pack of these that comes with a little wheel kit for the bottom of them, which I highly recommend because I do not have that right now, and just dragging these around isn't as efficient as it could be. But nonetheless, they are still great storage containers that I love to keep my pieces in. But outside of that storage, I also keep some pieces over here in these plastic drawers. A lot of it's like minifig stuff, pieces, weapons, there's flower stuff. I keep bricks in here, snot pieces, plates, all sorts of things. And then I also have my burp bin, of course, as everyone has. And then just like everyone else, I keep all of my 2x6 gray bins in a giant container because I have about 600 of them at least. Doesn't everyone have like 1,000 2x6 dark gray pieces? Or is that just me? But that pretty much wraps up how I store my Lego. I still have some stuff I need to sort, but that is pretty much my entire collection of pieces. There are so many pieces. I have no idea how much I have anymore. I'm positive it's over 100,000, but I'm no idea if it's like where it's at in that whole line, but I'm just happy to have this collection. I'm happy that I have got to a point where I can store it, and this has been something I've been working on for like 3 or 4 years now, and I really like where it's at, and so that's why I wanted to give you guys my recommendations, my tips on how to break down your collection and organize your pieces. Now, ironically, after telling y'all how much I have been focusing on organization, we're getting into my most unorganized area, which is my minifigs. I keep all of my minifigs in this drawer, and I keep them all in giant plastic bags, clones, droids, Empire, Rebels, that kind of stuff. My General Grievous kind of bounces from the droid to Sith bag from time to time. For me, this has been the best way to organize my minifigs. I know some people don't like putting them like together. I haven't had any major issues with it. For the minifigs I don't use, or like the excess pieces, I typically put them in the drawers that I mentioned earlier. I have all of my minifig heads, legs, and stuff kind of up in this cabinet at the top of like the drawers that I keep the minifigs in. Honestly, this is one system that I haven't adjusted. This is how it has been since I started collecting, and for me it's like if it isn't broke, don't fix it, because it has worked for me for the past like 3 or 4 years just by putting them into like some literal Ziploc bags that you can get for $2-3 at any place. At this point, you've seen how I store my minifigs, you've seen how I organize my pieces, but now let me show you how I store and display my sets. In my office, I have a lot of different display shelves, and I like to put my sets on there and sometimes rotate them out just to, you know, keep it fresh. But when I don't have my sets displaying, I keep them in 2 bins in my closet. Now, this is definitely not the most efficient way to keep these sets. I have these bins broken down by like space and ground vehicles. This way I know like if I'm building a space battle, I need to grab this bin, or if I'm building like a battle on, you know, Christophsis or something, I can grab the ATTEs and the AATs out of this bin. If you're looking for something similar to this, I'm sure you can find something for like 10-20 bucks. I know like Costco has those giant black crates with the yellow tops that people love, so you can always get those. And then these box shelves you can get at IKEA, Amazon, wherever. I actually have a combination of both, so whichever you prefer. But I see these box shelves in a lot of people's Lego rooms, so I wanted to highlight mine and show you where you could get them. But with that being said, you have seen how I organize my pieces, store my minifigs, and my sets. But at this point, I'm going to give you a quick little tour of the room now so you can see what it looks like and then wrap it all up. It is time to finish this video off with a dust off the bricks style tour of the Lego room. Obviously, you've seen the storage, kind of the setup and everything, but now you can kind of see the behind the scenes where I have my light set up. This guy is actually giving us some light while I give us a tour. So yeah, I have these mounted into the wall because it takes up a lot less space and just frees all this room up for me to just move around, go back and forth from everything, and actually continue filming without having these be a problem. Got my microphone that I always use here on display just cuz. This is actually my office when I work from home. Triple monitors when I use my laptop, and then of course, Captain Price next to the plant.
Oh no, so you didn't use you on that bait!
For all those who don't know, we rep West Ham United. Don't want to talk about those first 2 games. We got our Star Wars helmets up there, along with the Rancor beer flight and Darth Revan's lightsaber. Super cool. If you've seen this room, you can tell I like Pops, Funko Pops. I have all my Sith up here, and then next to where we do the building is all of like the Jedi, along with Commander Cody and Rex. Cheeky little map of Tatooine. Like I mentioned earlier, I have some really cool collectibles in here, like this signed Funko Pop by Bo-Katan or Katie Sackhoff.
Got 2% that want me to sit on their face.
Got this for Christmas from my now fiance, so shout out to her. And then I actually got this signed at a convention years ago at this point from the author of the original Thrawn novel, Timothy Zahn, right there. Super, super cool. He was just signing these for free for anyone who either had the book on them or bought one there. So super, super cool dude. And I just display this up here right next to my beautiful Thrawn Funko Pop. And then finally, this is my like prized possession, a signed Darth Sidious glow-in-the-dark Funko Pop by the Emperor Sheev Palpatine himself, Ian McDermott. This has to be one of my most prized possessions. It is a autograph from the Emperor himself on a really, really cool Funko Pop. Definitely like my showstopper piece, so I had to show y'all and let y'all know that that is part of the collection. And then finally we got the droid collection. That is my fiance's BB unit that we made in Disneyland. Obviously, if you've seen some previous videos, R3D1, the legend himself, my astromech that I made in Disneyland. And then we have this little mouse droid here that we got in Disneyland as well. Little cool thing about him, he is actually a little storage container, and if you pop this open, you can find this bag is filled with kyber crystals. Now you may be wondering why I have so many of these kyber crystals. Well, it's because if you take these kyber crystals out and put them in your holocrons, Jedi or Sith, you get different reactions and different teachings based on the color of your kyber crystal, which is sick. But let me know what your favorite collectible of this video was and what storage system you would like to use going forward. My goal is to make this video entertaining but also super helpful for you guys, so I hope you found some use out of this video. But if you like this video, YouTube thinks you'll like this video here. If you're looking for something a little different, maybe try my Star Wars Unlimited mock building challenge in this video here. But with that being said, thanks for swinging by the Cantina today. I wish you safe travels, and I'll see you in the next one.